If they just bring out Mr. Kamiya on stage and you just see the chat go absolutely crazy with Bayo3 or hashtag Bayonetta3, we would go absolutely apeshit. And you betcha we will be watching that unfold. Nintendo Direct and Nintendo Treehouse incoming. Reserve your seat for the watch party in the link above and come right back to this video. Here's number 6 of what they could show. Gameplay footage. And I know I'm setting the bar very high, but if for some magical miracle reason as to Bayonetta 3 appearing at E3 2021, relative to how long they revealed the game, it would be so cool and it would hype up the crowd even if they showed some demo footage as well. Seeing the demo footage of Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2 really showed the improvements between each of the games, and from what I've heard from a lot of people, seeing them now is quite a nostalgic hit. So I cannot wait to see a Bayonetta 3 demo footage sometime in the future, hopefully E3, first hand, first call. First serve? But with PlatinumGames promising us that they've used the Platinum engine and some unorthodox methods, imagine if they showcase a demo outfit and we don't even know if it is a demo outfit or not, and it's using a new Wicked Weave mechanic, it would just make us explode with more theories. A quick shout out to Emanuel for featuring me in his video. You can subscribe to his channel to see a multitude of Nintendo content, especially Bayonetta, Pokemon, and Sonic. How are we going today, everyone? My name is Rakan. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. Do I think a Bayonetta 3 will be at E3 2021? I hope. So saying that with hopes high and expectations low, all these things that we're going to talk about in this video are diluted topics, since I honestly think it would be wishful thinking that Bayonetta 3 appears at E3 even to be mentioned at it. But in saying that, Nintendo, prove me wrong. Please. If you want to see more Bayonetta 3 videos like these, you can click that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications for all so you won't miss a single episode of our series. Teaser. What you saw before was the reveal or the announcement trailer, which is the title of the YouTube video. This is different from a teaser since teasers showcase a bit of the upcoming installment, just enough for theories to pop up, and enough to know when and where the story is set to figure out the context. These are about the same length as reveals, if not a little more, but they do tend to give a reasonable amount of information to keep us on our toes. Heck, anything at this point would be called a teaser for Bayonetta 3. The reason I'd love for this to happen is to just update the fans with a little tiny bit of information of context of where the story is set, proving to us that they are on track on the game. But with Bayonetta 3, imagine this scenario at E3. If they just bring out Mr. Kamiya on stage and you just see the chat go absolutely crazy with Bayo3 or hashtag Bayonetta3, but you see Mr. Kamiya just walk on stage with a big massive smile on his face, and they end up dimming the lights to see the Switch logo or Switch Pro logo if they've already revealed it, we would go absolutely apeshit. And you betcha we will be watching that unfold. Then we wake up. I really want to know where and when it's set, and that's basically what teasers say anyway. Will they be 5 years in the future? Will it be a few months? Will it be a huge time skip? Will it be straight after that photograph that they took in Bayonetta 2 at the ending epilogue? I think that'll be pretty cool. If I was the marketing team, honestly, the teaser I would make would be something along the lines of they've taken the photograph at the end of the credits and something or someone else causes a huge explosion a few blocks away, which is why the angels attack in the first place. Bayonetta, John, Radahn, Luca, Enzo would be really shocked to see something unfold just a few blocks away, only to leave us with a menacing voice that hints of one of the next antagonists. However, I think it'd be very fitting if we were to lose big time at the prologue scene of Bayonetta 3. And I don't just mean losing John to Inferno, I mean absolutely being devastated and having our spirits and hopes destroyed by whoever this antagonist, kind of like how the Spanish Civil War was essentially deemed as the rehearsal for what was to come in World War II. This would then cut to a time skip however many years later, which then reveals their new outfits and the new world or new dimension around them. That brings me to a cinematic trailer. Very straightforward, but I think this would have been more realistic if they haven't completely mastered the gameplay mechanics yet, but essentially an extended version of the teaser that reveals the context of the antagonist, other characters, and where things are headed. Again, this would be a major breakthrough in the lore of Bayonetta, and it'd give us something much more to analyze besides just a small reveal teaser. And of course, we're going to witness a beautiful cinematic of 2021 onwards type of animation. Bayonetta 3 outfits concept art. This was one of the things I'd hope wouldn't happen, but I'd still be happy regardless. To be honest, I really just hope they keep it simple and they just drop it in on us in the form of a cinematic, a teaser, or a reveal trailer, so that way it's such an amazing entrance for our beloved witches whom we've waited for a very long time. I would be content with concept art of additional weapons or even angels and demons of this third game. To make it climactic, I feel they could showcase it like how they showcased the Black Clover movie, where they showed a lot of manga art and cutouts, but instead of that, it would be concept art. Do you think they would showcase Nintendo DLC concept art at E3? No, but you can check out this video right above to see the top 8 hyped costumes that the Raccoonity designed. But I will say it is quite normal for Platinum Games to release their concept designs after the game has been released in their Eyes of Bayonetta book. So it would be quite anticlimactic, pun intended again, for the mysterious Bayonetta 3. So this is really low on my list. The only way this would work is if Platinum Games and Nintendo, or more specifically Nintendo, would purposely release leaks so that way it could hype up the game. Big companies can do this to secretly hype up the show without giving them credit, just before a movie or even a game comes out. They could also do red herrings and distractions to stray us away from the real deal. Screenshot. I've said this before, but just one screenshot officially from Nintendo or Platinum Games I think would blow our minds in both a memeingly and serious way. A screenshot of a black or white screen, which is basically how Mr. Kamiya jokingly addresses things sometimes, a troll move in classic Mr. Kamiya fashion. How I would set this reveal up would be in an interview with Mr. Kamiya talking about other games like Project GG. I can just see him showing us a black screen on a piece of paper or just on his phone about Bayonetta 3, or if he's ever asked about Bayonetta 3, telling us to analyze this, ya peasants, in an aggressive yet joking way. Again, this wouldn't be as climactic as the cinematic or gameplay footage, but it's still something that Mr. Kamiya would do. And of course, the second last hope, the good old progressing smoothly. This is my biggest expectation, but I hope Nintendo breaks it. I'm sure if any of the developers are interviewed, it's extremely likely that they would say progressing smoothly, just like they have in the past few years. And honestly, it's still quite a bummer, but it's a very good indication that they are still working hard at it regardless. That brings me to my #1 prediction of what they will show at E3 about Bayonetta 3, and that is nothing. Yeah, it's extremely unlikely since we've deduced that in this video. You can click that link right above here. I've talked about the diluted news of what they can show us at E3 for Bayonetta 3. But how about some news that we would really like? I'm Rakan, and happy theorizing.